There's a 2-minute window every night when your brain is either working for you or against you. Most people spend that window fighting their own mind, replaying an awkward text from 3 years ago, mentally rehearsing tomorrow's meeting, wondering if the front door is locked. If that sounds familiar, stay with me, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly how to close that window and fall asleep on command, without a single pill. Here's the part almost nobody tells you. Trying harder to fall asleep is often the reason you can't. Sleep researchers call this sleep effort. The more mental energy you spend commanding yourself to sleep, the more your brain interprets that effort as a sign something is wrong. Your nervous system was built to solve problems, not to relax on command. So when you lie there thinking, I need to sleep, you're accidentally keeping the exact brain regions active that are supposed to be winding down. The first tool comes from an environment about as far from a cozy bedroom as you can imagine: fighter pilot training. Pilots learn to fall asleep in cockpits, in noisy barracks, sometimes minutes before combat, because exhaustion in the field is dangerous. What they discovered wasn't a trick of the mind, it was a trick of the body. Relax the body completely, and the mind eventually has no choice but to follow. It starts at the top. Let your forehead go slack, unclench your jaw, let your tongue rest heavy in your mouth. Most people carry tension in their face without realizing it. From there, drop your shoulders away from your ears, like you're setting down a bag you've been carrying all day. Let your arms go heavy, then your legs, one at a time, like your whole body is slowly sinking into warm sand. Finish with one long, slow exhale, the kind of sigh you'd let out after finally putting down something heavy. Then picture somewhere calm, a canoe drifting on still water, or lying in a field with nothing but quiet sky above you. The image matters less than the stillness behind it. Here's why this works on a biological level. Muscle tension and mental alertness are wired together through what's called the sympathetic nervous system, your body's alert mode. When you physically relax your muscles, you're sending a direct signal upstream to your brain that says, "We're safe, stand down." It's not magic, it's basic biofeedback. Give it consistent practice for a week or two, and many people find they're drifting off in a couple of minutes, rather than lying awake for half an hour. Have you ever noticed how much tighter your jaw gets during a stressful day? That tension doesn't just disappear when you turn off the lights. You have to actively release it. The second tool works on a different lever entirely: your breath. Breathing is one of the only automatic body functions you can consciously control, which makes it a direct dial into your nervous system. This particular pattern, popularized by physician Andrew Weil, is sometimes described as a natural way to help calm the body down. Inhale quietly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 7. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8. Like you're gently blowing out a candle from across the room. 4 rounds is usually enough to feel your heart rate settle. Longer exhales activate your vagus nerve, the main communication line between your brain and your body's rest and digest system. Extending the exhale past the inhale essentially tells your body it's safe to power down. This is part of why service members and elite athletes are known to use similar breathing patterns before high-pressure moments. Not to fall asleep necessarily, but to bring a racing nervous system back under control fast. The tool works the same way at 1 a.m. as it does before a competition. Your body doesn't know the difference between calm down before a big moment and calm down for bed. Calm is calm. Now here's the one that sounds backwards, and that's exactly why it works. Instead of commanding yourself to sleep, you do the opposite. You tell yourself to stay awake. Lie in a dark room, keep your eyes gently open, and quietly think, "I am not going to fall asleep." This is called paradoxical intention, and it's an actual technique used in cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. The logic is almost funny once you see it. Part of what keeps anxious sleepers awake is performance pressure. The fear of not sleeping becomes bigger than the tiredness itself. When you remove the demand to sleep, you remove the pressure that was keeping your brain alert in the first place. There's a stubborn part of most people's psychology that resists being told what to do, even by themselves. Tell that part it has to sleep, and it digs in. Tell it the opposite, and it often stops resisting altogether. Has this ever happened to you? The harder you tried to fall asleep, the more awake you felt. Quick reality check on melatonin, because a lot of people treat it like a nightly vitamin. Melatonin isn't a sedative, it's a timing signal, a hormone that tells your body it's night. Using it occasionally, like when you're jet-lagged, can support your natural rhythm. But leaning on it every single night may train your body to expect an external cue instead of producing its own signal on schedule. If you want lasting results, the goal isn't finding a pill that knocks you out. It's teaching your brain to recognize bedtime as a safe, predictable pattern on its own. That starts with a wind-down routine, and the ingredients matter less than the consistency. Dim the lights about an hour before bed. Bright light delays your body's melatonin release, sometimes by hours. Do something low stimulation, reading, a warm shower, quiet music. And yes, that includes putting the phone down, unless you're rewatching this video, which I obviously won't judge you for. Your sleep environment is doing more work than most people give it credit for. A dark room, blackout curtains or an eye mask removes one of the biggest disruptors to your internal clock. A cool room, somewhere around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius or 64 to 68 Fahrenheit, tends to support deeper sleep because your core body temperature naturally drops as you fall asleep, and a cooler room works with that process instead of against it. Clutter matters too. A chaotic visual space can quietly keep your brain scanning and alert, even if you don't consciously notice it. And background sound, whether that's white noise, brown noise, or steady rainfall, can mask the sudden noises that jolt light sleepers awake. A couple of extra tools worth mentioning. Some people find magnesium supplements can support relaxation, though it's worth checking with a doctor before adding anything new to your routine, especially if you're on other medication. Lavender is another one. Some studies suggest a mild calming effect from the scent, and a few drops on your pillow is a low-risk way to test it for yourself. If you've struggled with sleep for a while, I want to say this clearly. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It usually means your nervous system has been stuck in a slightly elevated state for too long. Overthinking, overstimulated, running on the kind of low-grade alert that modern life quietly trains into all of us. That's not a character flaw. It's a pattern, and patterns can be retrained. Do you agree that most of our sleep problems today have more to do with an overstimulated world than with anything broken in us? Falling asleep quickly isn't luck, and it isn't something only certain people are born with. It's a skill, the same way calming down after an argument is a skill, or focusing during a stressful meeting is a skill. Every one of these tools is really just a different way of sending your nervous system the same message. We're safe. We can stand down now. So tonight, when your mind starts running through its usual highlight reel of embarrassing memories and unfinished to-do lists, try one of these. Notice which one your body responds to best. If something here gave you a genuine, "Wait, that actually makes sense" moment, let me know in the comments which trick you're trying first tonight. And subscribe if you want more tools like this for a calmer, sharper mind.